Oh,
We're live?
yes. Yes, we are live. This is the
Sorry.
first.
Sorry, I didn't see it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to. Hey, finally, they gave us a little live thing on there. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
of course, I need to set up for a special little somebody that's in the house.
Mm.
Needs to see that we're live. By the way, hi, Kale. I know you're watching this.
Hi.
Turning down the volume for him.
I do have
Uh,
one viewer.
There it is. All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to the Leading Brand Live. I am presenting as James the Jobber, and with me,
Do you see this? This is the champion, the glorious Jeffrey Vertus. You'll never get your hands on it.
you said that, and I was only one away last time.
Wow. Okay. I
With an
mean, but
update,
yes,
but we also usually have Tony, but as
yes. So apparently, once again, he's out in the heavens. I mean, he's out.
normally, normally he's asleep.
He's normally he's asleep, but this time he says he's sick to his stomach right now. I mean, this is a quote. No, I'm sick to my stomach right now with a huge migraine. My bad, guys. I was passed out though. See, we called it. You were sleeping.
We called it about the sleeping part. It's just unfortunately we didn't call it about the migraine. So condolences, Rip.
All
Rest in
right. I mean,
peace.
oh, he's not.
He-
Dear, hey James, let's. Oh, since he's not here, we can talk bad about him. Dear Lord, we come before you today to remember the great Tony Lopez. He was such a good friend, but his pits are just so terrible sometimes. Do you have any final? You have any? Do you have anything to say to Tony Lopez?
Dear Lord, please his picks go the same way once again for a third punishment in the row, and he can take the title as jobber. And
Let's pause for 2 seconds to remember Tony Lopez as we see his face in our minds. Thank you.
I'm going to say, do y'all talk shit about me on the NFL thing?
All
I'm
right, we can
surprised if y'all
start.
don't. I'm surprised if y'all
I mean,
don't.
I can start, but I have nothing bad to say to you.
Well, other than the fact that I haven't watched a single game this year protesting.
Yeah, yeah, okay,
It's protesting the whole, if we're gonna be all PC and everything, I'll let them speak their mind. I'll speak my mind by just waiting it all out. And of course, the
fair
sick
enough.
stuff, that's part of me not watching. But what we are
Uh,
watching, unlike a lot of fans who are causing this 20% drop and lack of attendance on Smackdown Live,
mm-hmm.
we are the leading brands.
Yes.
The week of geez, what is even today? Today is the 10th. So November 10th, 2017, we are presenting Raw and SmackDown as usual in the
Mm-hmm.
same show.
Yes. Indeed.
Instead of going full details about stuff, we actually grade exactly how we feel about the storyline and what happens. I mean, Kurt Angle joins Miz TV to start,
Mm-hmm.
and I like how it kind of bothers me with the whole champion versus champion thing. We have extreme heel versus extreme real life heel.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, we're taking the Twitter thing. Okay, I understand. Twitter is going to be used and it's great and everything. But we got two heels. I think the setups are boring. But if there's a
Mm-hmm.
match, as long as the match is a payoff, I don't really care. But it also sets up that Kurt Angle, it, you know, with the whole Daniel Bryan being in the dressing room with Kane. Um, there's a lot of things that it just doesn't look good
I
storyline wise
mean,
to address
I'm.
with what are they trying to do with Kurt Angle anymore? I don't even know.
Uh,
They're trying to make him like a
I don't know.
scapegoat at this point.
It's Stephanie coming back and just taking command like she always does. It's the McMahon show.
It was this is actually it was a pretty good segment when it came to Miz TV. It
Mm-hmm.
obviously it wasn't a ball, but
We're not talking about that. Get out of here
yeah,
with that.
he's not getting much more free publicity from us anymore. But
Mm-hmm.
nevertheless, it was actually I would say a progressive segment. It was I wouldn't give it an A rating, definitely a B rating. Uh,
Mm.
But in this segment, they did get a lot done. It's kind of like exposition. You know how when you first come into a movie and you got to know all the background of someone, and they slowly kind of give all the information. I think that's what the Miz did. Is he actually did storytelling exposition?
Like he's doing so well in. So with the Miz, I mean, he's arguably the best heel in the business, and
There's
when
only
he
one
speaks,
that's kind of
I
different.
listen.
There's only one that's kind of different. Same style, just different kind of heel. Kevin Owens, it would be another one I would like. Charlotte, when she's heel, gosh,
She's
like
not healed right now. She's face.
you're a good heel if you make me hate you, because I like heels. I'm a heel guy, but if you're a
Mm-hmm.
heel and I actually hate you,
Mm-hmm.
like I did with
Gender.
Charlotte, hmm?
I mean,
I didn't
I.
say clowns. I said heels. But
Hey, I hated Jinder's title reign, so he did something right.
yeah, that's
I mean, I'll get to
that's
that when it's my turn.
but speaking of clowns, we gotta, we like our heels and everything, but we got to clown on the guitar on a pole match. Is Vince
Why?
Russo? Is, I'm trying to remember. Does Vince Russo still on staff? Because
No, I
this
don't
says
think
Vince
so.
Russo all over. I mean, I know there's a Russo working for, she does all the videos and such. What's her
Mm-hmm.
name? Vanessa or something like that. I don't remember. But
Mm-hmm.
there's
Go.
Russo on staff. But if it's on the writing staff, we need to drop it because there's
Guitar and a pole match
they
sounds dumb.
tried to sell it. Jeff Jarrett can sell it. WWE
Ugh.
can't.
It just
So,
screams how no. I think I want to vomit.
and of course,
It's almost as bad as a kendo stick on a pole. Just saying,
well,
I
this
don't
one has
even
more
need to see.
storyline. This actually makes more sense than the kendo stick on a pole match.
It's just screams bad. It really does.
It's horrible.
Oh
There's
no.
only
And
two people that can actually pull this off: the Honky Tonk Man and Jeff Jarrett.
yes, Elias. I don't know why he's still over with this guitar gimmick, but okay, sure.
All right, my love, my bae, Asuka was in action, and of course, Jobber City. She's apparently the ruler of all Stacys. I mean, today is Stacy. I mean, this time it's Stacy Coates. I'm trying to remember which Stacy it was last time. Um, which Stacy's gonna be next week at this point? I would
That's
love if
great
it
and
was
all.
Movement.
That's great and all, but too little, too late. I mean, this is what should have been at when her debut. But
It
those
should.
matches at Emma really hurt her.
What should have happened? Emma, she tried so hard. It's just unfortunate the way the WWE is, treated her. Whatever. I understand, Darren. Summer Rae was still in the company.
I know, right? But Emma was more like sending a message. Don't criticize creative.
Yeah, but here's the thing: if you're not doing your job correctly, everyone else is criticizing it. Why can't the
Mm-hmm.
talent criticize it? Especially with the open book policy, the open door policy that Vince McMahon has. Come on,
I
he's
mean,
willing to listen to anything creative. Why couldn't he listen to Emma?
but still, it didn't help. I mean, Asuka, we know what she can do. She is. I think she's gonna. I hope she's the next women's champion. That's how much. I mean, she's that darn good.
We're gonna get to my fun ideas of what I have for Survivor Series another time.
That'll be for next week because Survivor Series is next week. So
hmm So let's look into this also. We have squash match after. Can we really classify this as a squash match? I really like Samoa Joe choking at Titus O'Neil.
good. I mean, good. I mean, keep building Joe back to where he was. Joe, the destroyer, the one who could just beat up anybody and just no one could stop him. That's how
It's
you build Samoa Joe.
it's a different kind of beast. It's one that doesn't have to talk too much. Unlike a Brock Lesnar, who really doesn't talk at all. Braun,
He has a mouthpiece. It's called Paul Heyman.
mhm. Braun he, to be honest, I think does really
Shut
well.
up. Just shut up and just beat people up, Braun. That's all you. That's good. That's what you need to do.
I, well, he's good with the short liners. I think he needs the short liners. Samoa Joe is good at just being the assassin, the call out more than anything,
Mm-hmm.
because he
Yes.
is very similar to a Kevin Owens role, where he is a big man who's also, you know, fast moving.
Mm-hmm.
But it's different because they want to bring up more of the culture of being Samoan and other things. I mean, saying assassin brings up more of the Pacific Islander, Asian kind of racial aspect,
Mm-hmm.
but they play him a lot differently as a monster versus Braun.
I mean, Braun, you just have him. You just build him and just let him destroy, 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 destroy.
Samoa
Samoa Joe, you can just he can be sneaky.
Samoa Joe can also put somebody over.
Yes.
I think Braun can't really put somebody over.
Braun, you either have Braun win or you have him lose. He doesn't put anybody over.
hmm Samoa Joe makes people look good. He made Finn Balor look good.
Whoa, he's back.
Someone,
What's this?
someone who is not
Uh,
doing good right now has joined the
What's
show.
this?
yes,
What's
I
this?
have, but camera's currently missing, so I'm just doing this through my phone at the moment, guys.
Okay,
Good to know.
you can join.
Good to know.
Um, quick little
Good
thing.
to know. But I mean, he's back. I mean, gotta give you points. You came all the way back from the dead to make this happen.
Yeah,
Hey
you
Tony,
know, yes, sir.
quick thing. If you have a camera on your phone,
Yes, sir.
um, copy the Hangout text, put it on the Google URL. It'll load you up and put you in with your video.
Okay, just give me a second.
All right, and we'll have Tony come back later, most likely for the SmackDown segment. Um, but
Okay.
he puts a small guy like Finn Balor over.
I mean, Finn and Joe, they work. They can work together.
I mean, this Finn and Joe is classic to me. It's now I put that in the classical sense of AJ versus John Cena.
I wouldn't put it that far.
That
I
far?
mean,
Well, let's put it this way. Those two are equally matched in finesse versus
mm,
these two. You have a David versus Goliath aspect, and
mhm.
Joe Joe does the most fantastic job of making big guys, little guys, skinny guys, even larger guys. He has a potential to make even the worst people look great. It's unfortunate, but he's going to be a worker. He's going to be top tier worker.
Hey, I mean, as long as Samoa Joe gets the title somehow, some way,
He
I'll be
deserves
happy.
it. To be honest,
Yes,
out
he
of
does.
all of
Yeah,
them,
yes, he does.
Finn deserves at least a little title reign, makes for the small guys. Samoa
No,
Joe, definitely.
Finn would have had a title reign if it wasn't for his injury.
For Seth Rollins.
hmm.
What was that sting? He had a little stinger on his
Mm.
elbow slash back.
Too soon. Too soon, James. Too soon.
Rest in peace, Sting's career. Rest in peace.
Hmm.
But Joe, gosh, I hate the no count out thing, but I
No, it made sense. You
man,
protect them both.
it does make sense. I would prefer a disqualification.
I mean, with a disqualification, someone still takes a loss. With a
I
double countout, it's a
I would
draw.
rather take the double count out during a pay per view.
I mean, at a pay per view, you want to. I mean, honestly, in a pay per view, you want a clean. You want a clean win or loss victory.
No, this
Yes.
in this scenario, they can do a double count out, and then they continue brawling afterwards. Think about that.
If you put it in a pay per view, yes.
So right before like a main event, or even two matches before a main event, you have
Mm-hmm.
no contest because of a double count out, and then
Mm-hmm.
continues the brawl onto a jobber match, which leads to the championship match. They're a good setup.
Okay.
What's not a good setup is obviously Sasha Banks and Bailey
But
versus
before
Alicia
you, but
Fox
bef-
and
but
Nia
before you go in that, but before you go into that, let's just forget that. Have you forgotten that Kurt Angle added both Finn and Joe to the Team Raw team?
Oh well, we'll discuss about the whole team
Oh,
right at the end of the show. But he
okay.
did add both, which obviously we know that they're probably going to take each other out. So,
That's how you take out. That's how you take Nia out of the equation.
well, that Naya we're referring to Joe and
Joe
Finn
and
for the five.
you think Joe and Finn? Oh, you think Joe and Finn will take each other out
Oh, the of
of
the
the team of
of
the
the
Survivor
Survivor
Series?
Series match. But you know what does take everybody out is just that awful. The women's are starting to be treated very similar to the cruiserweights.
That's a problem.
That is a very much problem. They get one segment.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really much of a promo segment anymore. They get one segment, and it's usually just jobbing around. And
Where's the fun in that?
not only that, guess who lost? Alicia Fox.
The captain
hmm
makes perfect sense if you're gonna build the captain up to have her. I mean, makes perfect sense. You're trying to build up. This is your captain of Team Raw. Why are you having her take losses?
Because well, here's a fun thing. I think she's gonna be the last person for Raw when for the Survivor Series team, and
I.
she's honestly gonna take the loss.
So you think? So you're saying Team SmackDown wins?
Team SmackDown wins for the women's. Team Raw wins for men's.
I would agree, but there's one little fact. There's one thing that I'm just like, I can't pick Team. I want to pick Team Raw for that one on the women's side.
What's up?
Asuka.
Hmm. I
Asuka's on Team Raw. I'm just like, ooh,
Ellsworth count out. Remember Braun Strowman last year?
ooh,
I got you on this one.
ooh.
They do a brawl
I
outside, and they can even do a double count out and then eliminate both members.
I could see that. I mean, that would protect Asuka. That would protect Asuka big time.
And then that would have her against Carmella. And then
Cause
Carmella cashes in that night.
ooh.
You see what I'm going here?
That Carmella factor is it's up there. I
And
do agree with you that the SmackDown women. I just want to know how they're gonna protect Asuka.
I know what you're thinking.
Uh-huh.
Carmella is on SmackDown and Asuka's on Raw. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a superstar shakeup coming. And that briefcase does not say SmackDown women's title only.
She can cash in on either one. Makes perfect
You
sense.
see, you see what I'm doing here?
Yes, Mr. Creative
You
Booker
don't have to
Jane.
change the titles. All you have to do is just move the people wherever you need to. And then
That's a
Maybe,
good point.
yeah.
that it's like I was always wondering when they're gonna cash in. That is the time. That is the first time you do a cross promotional cash in.
For the women, yes.
hmm
I
That's
mean,
dynamite.
look at him. Look at James thinking
I'm
he
s-
has.
I'm so excited. I wish they can do that. If they do that, oh my gosh.
You have anything to retort, Mr. Lopez?
I actually have no problem with that whatsoever. Like that makes perfect sense. They have not put any bylaws into the Money in the Bank contract, and the fact that it seems like she's turning face on SmackDown recently, it might work out perfectly for her to cash in
Well, also, the
because
James,
she did ditch a little bug.
James, oh God, that was so bad. I'll get to that when we talk SmackDown.
But then we had Strowman and Miz, and really, we all know what to expect here. I mean,
Strowman going to kill them. Strowman gonna kill them.
Kane comes out of nowhere.
Yep.
Vilification. But then, gentlemen, we were gifted with something very great, but it was booked very horribly by the
What?
wrestling gods. Pete Dunne comes out. The bruiser.
The bruiserweight, huh? But he's in 205. He's the member of the cruiserweights.
Oh yeah.
Technically, he's a member of the United Kingdom division.
I'm not talking about technicalities. He debuted against Enzo Amore, which I'm bored out of my mind of, and the fan base is finally starting to turn on Enzo. Thank God,
Because
Oh
he's
yeah,
actually
what you expect?
because he can't wrestle. His promos are the same over and over again.
rinse, another repeat. Rinse, another repeat. My name is Enzo Amore, and I don't have a certified 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that.
Exactly.
And, but I will say this: Enzo did give the cruiserweights main event slots one after another, so he's made the cruiserweights somewhat more relevant. But ever since Neville left, I feel
Everybody's
a gap.
bored.
And yeah,
And see, I just got one word for Enzo, and I'm gonna spell it out for you. Stale. Stale.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
you could you could have said stalemate or something, but okay. Other than who am I
Nah, that was
kidding?
better.
But
Wow,
in
you got
Stale,
your
I enjoy Pete Dunne. I really enjoyed obviously you had to have that background at a very early age to be who Pete Dunne is today.
well. The casual fan will not know who Pete Dunne is, but the fact that Pete Dunne made his debut in the UK, oh, everyone knows about Pete Dunne in the UK.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So I mean, it makes perfect sense. He is the UK title, but what have they done with the UK Championship?
They have been defending it in indie promotions that are also affiliated with the WWE overseas, like
Okay,
crazy.
okay, at least he's defending it, but can I watch him defend it?
Yes, you can.
Okay, good to know.
Thank you, our indie and NXT expert, Tony Lopez.
Not a
I
problem,
mean,
sir.
you're useful. I guess you are useful for something.
Well, I'm here.
Well, he's useful for going through tables, of course.
I'm gonna
I
Tozawa you, sir.
Yeah, you're gonna Tozawa me on the ground. I got to figure out how to safely put you through a table.
just don't get hurt, you two, please.
Sure.
We got some pads. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere.
It's gonna hurt in the initial. The biggest worry is the challenge of the milk thing that I have going on.
What?
That's gonna hurt worse.
Wait, what?
Oh, the milk trivia thing.
I will tell you off air. But
Okay.
Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose defends their title against Baba.
The bar.
Yes. Our fusion. Ha.
Toothless Aggression.
Okay.
Now this match,
A question.
to be honest, it was a good match like usual, but because we are let's admit it, we are spoiled by the fact that we've been blessed with so many good matches. It it just felt meh. And then all of a
Meh.
sudden,
Don't you dare be sour. Clap for your world famous
let's get set.
four-time chance and feel the power.
And it's like, the crap is this? And I didn't remember going to SmackDown, and of course, Under Siege 2. But what
Psych.
actually happened was the bar going for the victory.
And they
Also
set
did
up
the show.
a great matchup for Survivor Series.
I just splooge all over when I found out about it. And of course, now Roman Reigns finally got
Cleared.
medically cleared to come back. Which,
Perfect timing.
which at this point, I don't know why it took so long, other than it was a work.
No, I
I
think he was
think he was
legitimate.
like
I think it was.
seriously ill.
Bray has yet to come back.
I'm about to say, well, I wasn't at a point for Roman that it was very similar to how Brock Lesnar. Remember Brock Lesnar? It was like, okay, it was just a little infection to holy shit, he almost died.
Yeah.
It's like if it got to that serious, let's talk about it. But No one's saying anything. I'm guessing it's going to be coming out and probably after Royal Rumble, or probably when he wins a championship over Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. We know it's coming.
We know it's
We know
coming.
it's coming.
There's no stopping it. We all hate it.
At least I can be ready for it.
If they can book it properly, then I don't care anymore.
If you can book it and make, I mean, let's face it, when Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble to face Brock Lesnar for the first time, and the build was okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wasn't great, but it was okay.
It's because everyone wanted Daniel Bryan. To be honest, if Daniel Bryan wasn't there, I think it would have been perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everyone
But
wanted to get off the WWE network and such, and this is before I just joined wrestling. I joined the wrestling 3 Money in the Banks ago. And so, no, which Money in the Bank? It was about 3. It was Sheamus. So, and I just never fully understood why people hated Roman. Like, I understand. It's like it's kind of like you're being handed to, but give Leroy a chance.
I feel like it's more. The Roman thing is more. They fed it to us, and we didn't accept it.
You don't. I mean, we wanted Daniel Bryan, but we all knew Roman Reigns had talent. He did. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns had talent, but Daniel Bryan was right there. We were like, you're gonna force it down our throats, and the fans just would not accept it, and they still don't accept it.
Yeah, this is true.
There's certain bookings that I see that I don't accept it, but other than that, I can accept Roman winning it.
He's good. He's good. I'll give him that much.
He's gotten better. He's gotten to that point. But even when I first started watching, he wasn't like wrestling wise. I think he wasn't that sound. When they got him to the point where he was going to win the championship for the first time and lose to Sheamus, he was getting better wrestling wise. It's just I think he wasn't overall good. I think he's good now. It's just unfortunately his image has been constantly tainted with, not the casual wrestling fan, has been tainted with to the point where it just feels dirty.
And then it doesn't help that he says this is my yard now, and that's a jab right at the Undertaker fans, and people adore the Undertaker.
Yeah, but at the same time, he has earned what he's got. He's in.
That's also true.
And especially when, as I tell people, when it comes to the whole Roman thing, everyone in the locker room looks up to Roman. Think about that.
I mean,
like,
yeah,
even the older guys. I mean, older guys do whatever they want to, but they look up to Roman. Roman is the leader of the locker room, and you can't just force feed that. That's chosen by the of the locker room.
Yeah,
and all
true.
the talent has chosen pretty much Roman to be the enforcer of that. He is the leader, and that tells me a lot more about the background of Roman than just booking.
Hey, that's impressive. When you have support of the locker room, I mean, okay, fine. I can't say anything. I really can't say anything about that.
I mean, think about it. Roman was the one who kicked out Enzo Amore,
and
was joyous about it.
Jeez.
Since we finally got Tony back here, let's take a break between the two shows and actually do a Mamma Mia minute.
I mean, yeah.
It's good timing because I really did just watch NXT a little while ago today.
Good to know.
Now, there are, I believe, 6 matches on this card now.
For TakeOver?
For TakeOver War Games. Yes. Of course, you have the Triple Threat War Games match. You have the NXT Championship between Drew McIntyre and Andrade Cien Almas,
Which McIntyre?
which
Too,
is
I mean,
obviously
too
it's
early.
obviously going to be McIntyre, unless what's her face gets involved, Selena Vega, but I doubt that. There is a UK Championship match between Pete Dunne and Johnny Gargano.
Ooh.
Okay.
There is a Fatal 4-Way NXT Women's Championship match between Kairi Sane, Ember Moon, and Peyton Royce. Which is looking like that's going to be a good match in the first place.
That's a coin flip for me.
It's a four-sided die. It's a D4 roll because you can give a case for any of them.
Exactly.
Like, the lowest case is Peyton Royce, and even you can look at her and go, "I can see that as champion."
I have it as two coins. I have it two sides of the coin.
I have a roll for.
Like I definitely want to say Ember first, but it would give so much momentum to Kairi.
Yeah, exactly.
True. Especially with the win she just got on NXT on Wednesday, which was against Billie Kay.
But I want the storyline to continue of how Ember is always so close and just never gets that.
Yeah, and Ember, they talked about that, and there's going to be a match on next week's NXT between her and one of the members of the Mae Young Classic, Mercedes Martinez, because she was saying that Ember just can't get the job done. So now, what do y'all think about that whole thing?
Ember's gonna eclipse you. Ember's gonna eclipse
you. Yeah, same.
And yeah, I feel the same way. But what is it?
My question is, how fast a match? I'd probably say 10 minutes.
I'll give it a commercial break.
I say 15 minutes with a commercial break in there.
Okay, maybe I'll give it 10, but it'll be like commercial break right at the beginning of the match.
Yeah, 10 minutes plus a promo at the end. So I'm looking at 12 to 13. So there will be a commercial probably in the middle.
And this is also a 6-match card that's going to be happening for NXT TakeOver War Game.
So
because
we're missing?
We're missing 2 other matches. We're missing Alexander. Aleister Black versus the Velveteen Dream. Which, Jesus, that storyline is good. That's a way to build a story.
You're a fan of Aleister Black, aren't you?
Oh yeah, you make a basic roundhouse heel kick, like a finish, and make it look beautiful.
Exactly.
Well, your eyes,
because you're so lank. Even you took your lankiness into an art form.
And you just, your eyes are just like, oh god, it's so beautiful.
And just how easily he snaps it off, it's just amazing.
Because a lot of things scientifically and anatomically, you have to make correct in order to make it look aesthetically look good. And things like his, it's like a Josh Hamilton swing. It just looks pretty.
I don't know if that swing was pretty, but
well, the Josh Hamilton swing, it's the fact that it just looks so effortless and it goes far and you're going, holy crap.
Yeah, it's like a bomb swing, actually.
And the way it snaps,
oh my goodness.
the way that Aleister makes his finisher look like it just works perfectly. I mean,
exactly.
He has no effort to it, but when you know it lands, you feel it.
And there's all of a sudden that sweet pop sound that happens. Sexy.
Again, it's pretty. I see.
And then now
freaking pedals.
Now we have one more match on the card. Usually there are only 5-match cards for NXT. And this is a 6-match card. Now there's Cassius Ohno and Lars Sullivan. First off, Cassius, the knockout artist with his rolling elbow, versus oh my god, this Lars dude is just massive, undefeated, and a brute.
He's undefeated.
Yeah, currently undefeated. He has not lost in singles competition.
No, he's.
Well, that makes that easy. Well, that makes it easy to
tag
pick
team.
one.
Tag team, he's winless.
Yeah, tag team, he can't seem to stay stable to like his partner.
Wow.
If he loses, it's not because of him, because his partner takes a pinfall. He gets back into the ring and beats the living crap out of them.
Oh yeah.
One of them he actually took outside of the stadium.
Because he said you couldn't beat him up in the ring.
Oh yeah, I remember now.
Yeah.
Good lord.
As long as they can book and do war games correctly, which let's be honest, the main events of the past few takeovers, to be honest, it isn't the match of the night usually.
Yeah, they've been
usually the tag team matches.
But they're probably going to put the tag team match as the main event this time.
Yeah, it's usually they're really good at tag team matches.
And I love the fact that there's actually going to be a decisive winner in this War Games match. That hasn't really never happened properly, but
fascinating. The fact that this will be the first time in a while we actually see a War Games match.
Well, first time since when?
Yeah. 20 years.
Wow.
It's been since WCW.
Jeez.
And then we're going to see an Iron Man match, mostly during Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's true.
Thanks to Kurt Angle and Mr. What is the move called? Moonsault?
Oh, Shooting Star Press.
Shooting Star Press. Thanks to Mr. Shooting Star Press, the only person that can kill Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar.
Oh, Lord.
Or Kurt Angle's moonsault. Jesus, never hits.
That's also true. So I was at least wrong person. Either way, both of them. Meh. I want to see Lesnar go for it again.
Oh, Jesus.
He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it.
So he can hit it. I want him, if he ever face off against Kurt again, which I think Royal Rumble, he has to get up on that top rope just to get that reminiscence.
Brock's not going to do it. He's too lazy.
No, he probably would be scared too.
He's like...
And then I want to see him just get it. And then if he can pull it off, imagine the pop.
Yeah.
And from what I remember,
I lose my mind if he did that.
And from what I remember about Brock Lesnar's moonsault or Shooting Star Press, that he actually had to have the opponent dang near towards the middle of the ring just to be able to hit it because he would jump so far out.
Jeez.
So it's time for him to bring back the Shooting Star Press.
No.
For one match.
Please don't kill.
And dude, Twitter will explode.
Oh my goodness!
I'd lose my mind if he did it.
It's kind of like Twitter exploding the way Twitter exploded when Jericho announced he was going to be wrestling at Wrestle Kingdom for the New Japan Pro Wrestling in January.
Which
I hear he's still under contract by the WWE.
Which is approved by Vince McMahon himself.
Oh, he approved it.
Of course he did.
If he's under contract, he has to. Granted, it was reported by Pro Wrestling Insider that his contract was up about 6 months ago. Then recently people have said, no, he's still with WWE, or else they wouldn't be surprised, quote unquote. I think it's a work to get Kenny Omega.
They're trying to make a move for Kenny, but I don't think it's going to work.
Oh,
It's not going to
Kenny's
work.
not leaving. Oh, Kenny's not leaving New Japan. He's perfectly fine in New Japan.
This is the first time I've ever said, like, I don't think the guy's going to leave New Japan simply because I think he's carrying that whole company on his back because they want to expand internationally.
He is the cleaner.
He's the biggest face. He's the biggest face in New Japan right now besides Okada. And Okada's Japanese. He's appealing to the Japanese audience. Kenny appeals to the world.
He appears.
He's the Atlas.
So
he is the Atlas of New Japan.
He is the elite.
The elite.
Oh wait, it's the one finger now, guys. One finger. Cease and desist. Dang it!
Hold on, we got to do this. I got two fingers.
Get out of here.
Well, cease eventually. Someone's gonna win.
Cease your resistance. Oops, wrong thing.
If Ring of Honor is smart, they would make a tag team called Cease and Desist.
I thought those already called the Young Bucks, but okay.
Yeah. Well, they gotta have a feud against.
They can't even do suck it anymore.
I got two words for you. Cease and desist.
Oh well.
But
cease your resistance.
Is that our Mamma Mia minute?
That is the Mamma Mia minute, sir.
All right.
That was more than a minute. But who's keeping count?
What?
Suicida.
Mamma Mia. But now that we got the NXT and wrestling news all around the world, now we got to go crashing back down to Smackdown. Yay!
Make it sound like it's a bad thing.
Or to put them under siege.
Don't you put me on under siege? I mean, SmackDown has been playing the heels in this whole thing, invading Raw, causing chaos. I like it, but I did not like how SmackDown began it with just another generic Commissioner Shane O'Mac comes out telling us what we're gonna do. New Day comes out, he's like, "Good job." KO and Sammy's like, "You know what? You only give people
Olympic gold medals."
Yes, that too. And then you're like, oh, Kurt Angle. And then also, KO Sammy comes out. Hey, why aren't we on your team? Well, I just don't like you. And by the way, I'm putting you in a match with Sami Zayn. I'm putting you in a match with against Kofi. Good for storyline involvement, but same generic formula of the commissioner coming out, telling us what he's doing, and then it's just promo, same old. I was very annoyed by that.
New Day rocks. New Day rocks. Yeah.
And I'm not even talking about Shane twerking. Don't even get me started on that.
The only time that it was worth is when JoJo. And
wow.
Listen, JoJo. Wow. I remember seeing what's her face one time. She's gone now. Lillian.
Is she retired?
She's doing a podcast. Yeah, she's doing a podcast now.
She's doing a podcast, and she only showed up for the Mae Young Classic.
Yes.
So, but one time I saw her twerking, and that caught my attention.
But I've also seen who is that? Who was the first announcer? What's his name?
JR.
I can't remember actually.
JR?
Howard Finkel. Howard Finkel.
Oh, Howard Finkel.
Yeah, I've seen him twerk. I've seen him twerk in the ring.
No.
It wasn't a great sight, Jeffrey.
There's something that we need to bring back, and that's a spinneroonie.
No.
But Booker can't do it.
Well,
Age is finally caught up with him.
Well, they can't put him in a suit also. They need to take him out of a suit to try.
Oh, no, he's actually had surgery. He says he can't do it anymore.
Oh, really? I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Age caught up with him.
Literally.
But now we had the first match. It was Sami Zayn, Kofi. It was a decent match, but I did not like the ending. First of all, you just turned Sami Zayn heel, which I was like, okay, you're putting him back in the main event picture. why are you losing straight up with a clean pinfall to Kofi? And then not getting any heel heat at all.
Well, he got heel heat in the locker room.
Oh yeah, they both got sent home.
Yeah. They got sent home because what they were supposed to do is attack Kofi and let the New Day get some babyface retaliation and look strong. But KO and Sami, they're like, nah, we ain't having none of that. We're gonna beat up on Kofi and just go away.
Anyone think it's to work?
I think it is. Sorry,
I don't think so.
Woo.
I think it is because you know how KO is in these situations. He's just talking.
Yeah, apparently Meltzer was saying that they were just a little bit tired of what's going on with like booking and everything like that. But I don't believe that for 1 second, personally.
Well, they've been treating KO nicely, so I don't know why you'd be whining about booking.
I think it's just booking recently. So
it's booking recently, and not only that, it's like they've been treated nicely. So why does he do that? Have you ever heard of his Ring of Honor stories? But then again, who was one of the guys at Ring of Honor that he used to yell at?
Oh, my name is Jim Cornette. I am the Mountain of the South. Ah!
Exactly.
Him and Cornette literally hated each other. KO was out of Ring of Honor for a year because of Jim Cornette.
Jeez.
Yeah, but also, he's dealt with Cornette, so he's dealt with creative before.
Mm-hmm.
And the only person that he was kind of about creative doesn't really have a word as far as I know. And the one friend he has in creative is now fucking.
And also with TNA.
Mm-hmm. It's not TNA anymore.
It's just Impact. It's just Impact now, okay? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Jimmy Jacobs is with Impact.
It's not real Impact Wrestling. It's not anything of that name.
Canadian Impact Wrestling.
But also, I mean, Kofi getting the win, it's fine, but if you're trying to build up for New Day Shield, which that match I'm looking for.
From what I've seen this week, Roman and Big E have been going back and forth on Twitter.
Yeah, with a little Twitter tirade.
He I don't call him a big dog. I think he's like a medium dog. A mid dog.
Huh?
That was actually really good. That's very PG.
That's really good.
Also, we had a little promo for the abandoned Wyatt family people. Oh wait, they're the Bludgeon Brothers now. I mean, I was watching this. I'm just like, okay, why abandoned Wyatt family? What? Why do I care?
Oh, we're gonna smash a camera with our big old hammers.
Yes, indeed. But you know who's?
They're not gonna be able to do anything.
But you know who's been getting worse treatment than the Bludgeon Brothers? It's our boy Rusev Day.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say the Ascension.
No, no, they've been treated a lot better.
That's all.
They've been treated a lot.
What are you talking about? I'm talking about wrestling wise. If you're talking about just promo wise, okay, it's because of Breezango and they're good friends.
Yes, still getting treated better.
That's
but
true.
Rusev is treating worse because
they're jobbing hardcore.
Yes, Rusev and Aiden English. Your boy James Aiden English with a very good serenade.
It's Rusev Day.
By the way, I like how it was pointed out by Zane off of Wrestling with Regrets. How it's like this guy really likes it. It's Rusev Day. This guy on Twitter just keep on saying Day. All four
my god
characters used.
It's
what 280 now?
I'm gonna use it's 280.
280.
It's 280.
All 280, and the word day is extended all the way.
Wow. Oh, and he was supposed, if he won this match, he would have joined Team Smackdown for Survivor Series, but he had to face Randy Boredom it's Randy Orton, and he wins with an RKO from out of nowhere. from out of nowhere. That's all it took. Just one RKO.
That he did not see.
Ah.
Eventually, they need to add an extra move to let me know RKO's coming.
He's got that one move. He's got that one move, and
See, the
in
five moves of doom for Randy Orton is all his moves.
he's got that running pick, scoop slam. He's got the vintage
He has a power
DDT.
slam. He has the vintage DDT.
The backbreaker.
He doesn't even do the backbreaker anymore.
Does he? No, man,
No,
he's
not done the backbreaker.
Once in 6 months.
Jeez.
Yeah, the rope hung DDT, the power slam. Yeah. Wow. Oh, does he stomp still?
He still does it occasionally.
I want him to do the whole, stomping on all the appendages thing.
Yeah, I love that.
When he was a heel, yeah. But he only has 3 moves: DDT, the DDT, the pickup scoop slam, and the RKO. God.
The power slam, the scoop, scoop power slam, RKO, the DDT, the whole spinning around, letting you know that you're about to get an RKO coming up. And of course, no, you forgot.
I don't call that a move. That's a pose.
That's
oh my God.
I hear voices in my head. They come to me. They understand. They talk to me.
So yeah, we all agree. Randy Orton is Randy Boredom, right?
Not apparently to his
Jesus.
Randy,
that one.
Bore you. Randy's going to bore you.
Jesus.
Oh my God!
You know what also was born? This upcoming women's division. I guess we can call this James Ellsworth just being jobbing for the women. Intergender match.
What's an intergender match?
Between Becky Lynch and James Ellsworth. I was like,
it's a
okay.
Jack match.
Or let's call it like they announced it on Smackdown. Battle of the Sexes.
I'm not doing that. No.
Well, it's very
similar
to what it was for the Battle of the Sexes when the tennis. It was an old man who couldn't do much of anything versus a younger woman. In this case, it's someone who can wrestle versus someone who's young and can wrestle.
Yeah, all right.
So you got Becky Lynch, a good SmackDown women's wrestler against a jobber who should not even be in the ring, James Ellsworth.
And they play that sucker safe. They played it so safe. There wasn't even wrestling. There wasn't a slap thrown or nothing.
No,
the hitting women topic.
But I will say this, James, you took a nice beating. I gotta give you credit for taking the beating.
Thank you.
He's been there for a year.
He's
been there for a year.
Mm-hmm. He's been there.
Oh, that's mind numbing.
It was. I kind of found it funny. I did. I found it funny, and then even Carmella just super kicked him at the end. I was like, "That's funny." They all agree that the women at least agree on one thing: they hate James Ellsworth.
Yeah, they proved it on a live show too. Even Lana got in on the action.
They all hate James Ellsworth, so I guess they formed some form of unity. We all hate James Ellsworth.
Yeah, for one night we all agree on one thing: kick him.
But Team Raw is like a mess, honestly. So we'll get okay, sure. But then we had a tag team match for the tag titles, which I was like, what's going on here? It was the Usos and American Beta.
Benjamins.
And Usos won they lost via countout, but something happened with one of the Usos where it looked to me like he had an injury and he couldn't get back in the ring. Shelton Benjamin was just waiting in the middle of the ring. Didn't even get get the Usos back in the ring to continue the match. It was just like,
Well,
huh?
Well, if you saw, Gable clipped the crap out of him. I mean, clipped the crap out of him, and then snuck back under the ring.
It was Jey Uso. It was Jey Uso. Like Gable chop blocked Jey Uso, and he went under the ring, which leads me to American Alpha Part 2. They are turning heels. They're really turning heels.
I can't tell if one of them is turning heels or both of them is turning heels.
I think both of them.
Well, Shelton is the one who did the roll up with the tights, right?
I think so, but there wasn't.
Yeah.
So both of them are turning. So Benjables are turning heel.
Okay. Wait, did you just say Benjables?
Yes, Benjables. Benjables.
But
Benjables.
if this is a legit injury, do you put Gable and Benjamin against the bar, or do you keep the Usos against the bar?
Usos, absolutely Usos.
I mean, let's just hope the injury is not. I hope it's a work and not an actual legit injury.
It looked like a work to me.
But now we get to
shoot.
Also, next week we have another potential updated Survivor Series match because Natalya will be defending her championship against Charlotte Flair next week.
Woo!
There are too many heel champions right now.
Leads me to believe I can see Charlotte winning.
Wait a minute. Is there even a face champion right now?
We'll talk about that.
We're talking about that. But Brock can go either way, though.
Brock is technically a face, but you know.
Brock can go either way.
Brock is in that world of I live because I live.
James, are we talking main roster? Are we talking main roster only?
We're talking main roster.
Are we talking main roster? We're talking about main roster only?
Main roster only.
Then no, there isn't a face champion. But because we had Jinder Mahal defending his title against AJ Styles, and arguably Jinder Mahal's best match as champion. I mean, he is working with AJ Styles. He is working with AJ Styles, so
AJ
sounds like a pro.
You don't. He's not just AJ Styles. He is the phenomenal.
AJ Styles. I mean, this was a really darn good match. But then it turned out, I was like, oh no, Singh brothers, no, you're going to interfere. And then we're going to have Jinder win with the Colossus, which it looked that way until he tried Jinder going for the pin and AJ put his foot on the rope. I was like, yes, yes.
You know, it's good when you start yelling, I don't even know what's going on anymore.
And then I think Jinder was trying to do some superplex off the top rope, but AJ blocked it. And then hit him hit Jinder on the ropes, like you know how they use to grab the head and then force their head through the ropes, top rope basically. Mm-hmm. That happened, and then phenomenal forearm. 1, 2, 3. We have a winner and new WWE champion, the 2-time WWE champion AJ Styles. So now we have a face champion now.
The first time the WWE Championship has changed hands on foreign soil.
Yes. And the crowd, and thank God, the Maharaja, the modern day Maharaja title reign has ended after 140 something days.
And also,
yet a longer reign.
First of the WWE Championship on Smackdown since the Iron Man match between Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle in 2003.
Also, Jinder Mahal had a longer reign than Bray Wyatt. That still infuriates me.
Yeah, it's Bray.
That still somewhat infuriates me.
But it's time for Sister
But But now, now James, you made a point. I mean, we actually have a face champion now, and let's face it, Jinder Mahal, Brock Lesnar. I mean, do we really care about the match? But AJ, Brock Lesnar, yeah. Oh yes. Which one would you rather have, James? Come on. You want Jinder Brock or AJ Brock?
If only we had a Money in the Bank contract left. But where's somebody's
Where's your briefcase?
Look who's talking, Tony. You had a briefcase and failed to cash in.
dumpster fire?
Damn.
We didn't even have enough time to even get you a briefcase, and you already lost it.
Thanks, Mickey James.
So I'd be quiet if I were you.
Yeah,
You
Mickey
are.
James, you're not winning the triple threat on Monday Night Raw. It's gonna be Dana Brooke. No, I'm just kidding. It's gonna be Bailey.
You see this, Tony? You see this? Man, it looks so good around me, doesn't it? Huh?
Have you actually put anything on it yet?
No, I have not. I'm surprised I haven't.
We're still.
Because if you lose, sir, and I become champion, I have cousins waiting in the next room who will gladly decorate that thing.
You want to decorate it when you come over here? Come over here next week.
I don't have glitter to put on there. Over there.
You putting glitter on this thing?
I may.
Hey,
Ugh.
it makes it nice and sparkly where it needs to be.
Yep, exactly.
Hey, it's called.
Okay.
It's a poor man's jewel.
Man's jewel. Yeah. But yes, I mean, gentlemen, I mean, how quickly. I mean, apparently this change was, happened in weeks. This was not planned. They're like, okay, you know what? We got to swap things out. Attendance has been low. I mean, the interest in the main event is not that great, but now you got, oh, yes.
And then can we also talk about change that happened in the 5-on-5 Survivor Series match?
Oh, yes, and we did have some breaking news. Thank you for Shane O'Mac has announced that John Cena will be the 5th member of Team Smackdown for the Survivor Series team. So, on Raw, you have Kurt Angle, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Samoa Joe, and James, you forgot to mention this, Jason Jordan.
I didn't want to mention it for a good reason.
For a good reason. And then on SmackDown, you have Shane O'Mac, Bobby Roode, the glorious Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, Randy Orton, and John Cena. Ooh, okay.
Nakamura, knock out Braun Strowman, yes.
So, can we finally? Can we finally do it? Talk about the. You want to talk the men's Survivor Series traditional team elimination team?
Well, next week I think is best for predictions and talking about it.
Oh yes, but Jason Jordan. Ugh, that seems forced. But what?
He'll be the last member of Raw there
against John Cena.
Against Shane McMahon.
No. John Cena versus Jason Jordan. No, the last 3 are Kurt Angle and Jason Jordan versus John Cena. Hear me out. I mean, who did John Cena make his debut against?
Oh Lord!
And he's going to defeat Kurt Angle first, so it's going to be Jason Jordan versus John Cena. Oh God!
Yes. I mean, it made so much sense. The person that John Cena debuted against, he takes him out, and now he's got to face his illegitimate son. The storyline tells it makes itself out.
The prototype versus the illegitimate son.
I mean, who else can you see as the final 3? I mean,
Uh,
Shane. I mean, I feel like. I mean, Shane. He'll be maybe like the final four, but KO and Sammy might have some thing to say about that.
So Shane,
And
I could.
if you want to put Jordan over, him beating arguably one of the most polarizing characters, John Cena, clean. If you want to put him over, that's it.
the cheers are gonna not come from the fact that Jason Jordan won. It's I can't believe how stupid they are.
But I
Now the John Cena
mean,
haters will love it, but everyone else storyline wise is John Cena's out, yay! Why the hell is it Jason Jordan?
hey, I mean, what is more important? What do you think the fans are going to be appreciated more? The fact that Cena lost and the fact people still hate him, or Jason Jordan winning clean over John Cena, which John Cena does not put many people over.
I'm
Clean.
sorry. This is starting to remind me of like 2014 when Sting returned. Dolph Ziggler was the
Yes.
last one.
Dolph Ziggler, yeah.
Ugh. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, when Sting showed up, we were like, oh my God, no. Because we never thought it would happen.
I think I was on the phone with you, like watching
Yes.
that.
Yes.
That whole thing it was a shock and awe moment, but still it was the what is it? Dolph was in a 3-on-1 situation towards the end of that. Amazing.
And
watch.
we also got to think, if Kurt Angle loses this, Stephanie is firing him, so that fire implication, I mean, like,
And then it's
okay.
praise to Jason Jordan for winning it for Kurt Angle. And it's like my son win it for Team Raw. Oh
Yeah,
God,
he gets a chance for the Universal title.
you're right.
Again.
Oh no, no, you convinced me. No, what have you done? No,
And feed him
no,
and feed
God,
him to the beast, huh?
no,
And feed him to the beast. Feed him to the yeah. Feed him to the beast. Because
the number.
What are you thinking, Tony?
Ooh. If he loses, like, say he does get fed to the beast, he gets mad, turns on Kurt, and then it turns out he's not really his illegitimate son, and then it turns out they're planning a Jason Jordan versus Kurt Angle match at WrestleMania.
Actually,
God.
You know, what'd be real fun is after like say the Royal Rumble or whatever pay-per-view. Say after the match of Lesnar versus Jordan, Paul Heyman's the one who comes back up and reveals that a paternity test say he is not the father of Jason Jordan. It's Paul Heyman that says.
Oh, that'd be just weird. I don't think a
That'd be
fat Jewish guy could produce that.
That'd be funny.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And no, this is before the match, whatever. And what I have here is results of DNA testing.
Oh my God.
If he is actually gold-blooded.
Gold-blooded.
I knew that line was trashy.
So, all right, I will say Raw. What, Tony? You'll be the. What do we all agree? Which show is better, Raw or SmackDown?
Right now, I would say SmackDown to me.
The only thing saving SmackDown was the WWE title picture, the WWE title change.
Was there a Fashion Files on the show?
I don't think so.
Darn.
Sorry, no, there was not.
Then go Raw.
James? James, you're uncharacteristically very quiet about all this. Oh, yeah, are you silent? Are you okay? Oh, he might be off air, so that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I don't see him.
Okay. He's gone quiet now. So, with all this crazy wrestling news, my last question is: how do you feel about has the landscape somewhat changed in wrestling with everything that's transpired over this week?
Yeah, it's changed drastically. This week has been like a rapid fire news segment every single day. It's like watching, to quote somebody that I heard on a podcast this week, it's like watching Ricky Steamboat and Ric Flair in a match. They're constantly going nonstop, just nonstop.
Nonstop news.
And that's how much news is coming out recently.
We have Roman Reigns
being cleared. The free agent John Cena being added to a match. All of this is insane. And then it could change even more next week.
With Charlotte maybe winning.
Exactly.
So, this was totally crazy. So, this has been the Leading Brand, Raw, Smackdown / Mamma Mia Minute with the sick and migraining Tony Lopez, and for James Belknap. If you like this video, we appreciate it. Subscribe. If you have a thumbs down, well, you can
you can sniff the New Day's pixie dust.
That or be treated as bad as the cruiserweights.
Or Barry Horowitz.
Yep. This is the Shane Juggies Media signing out.